You know, as long as people want to see it, we'll do it. Do you know what I mean? I can never leave Oasis. I am Oasis. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think Oasis will ever leave me. So it's all paper talk, isn't it?
Oasis have split.
Noel Gallagher has announced he's quitting the band Oasis. He says he can no longer work with his brother Liam after a series of rows.
I didn't think it was brave or stupid. It was just inevitable that it was going to happen. It was meant to be, you know, and I've got no regrets at all.
I don't think we should have split up, man. You know what I mean? We'd had worse arguments about lesser things and that, and I think we need a good band like that.
Do you guys talk to each other now?
No, there's too much been said.
Is it beyond repair?
For me, it is, yeah.
Well, he's a great songwriter, man.
You know, I miss my brother and I love him, you know what I mean? I wish all this stuff would not have happened, but listen, mate, that guy's got nothing to prove, man. He's wrote some of the best songs in the universe and I was privileged to sing on him, you know what I mean?
He's one of the great rock and roll
Yeah, he's got a great tone. What I always liked about it in the studio was you didn't have to fuck around with it.
Our main story. In the last few moments, the band Oasis has announced a UK and Ireland tour next year.
Oasis are reuniting 15 years after they split.
Welcome back to another episode of the Smith Boys Podcast.
It's been many
Podcast.
Oh boy, is that a little hint to what
That's a little hint
today?
there, you know. It's here in the evening time. There ain't no sunshine.
There ain't no sunshine at all, no.
A little clickety clank. Do we clickety clank? Let's do a clickety clank. We're back, brother.
Yeah.
We are back and better than ever.
And we ain't talking Formula One. That was going to be the whole season. We led this whole thing up. The new Smith Boys season is going to be all Formula One.
We're going to be called the Formula Ones.
Yeah, we do one. We do one fucking pod. Well, first race of the year, that was it.
Now we're just going to be the definitely maybes.
Oh, wow.
Brother and I have been... Oasis was big. The band Oasis was very big in the 90s, early 2000s. We've listened to them our whole lives.
Yes, we did.
I would consider them, I don't know, one of the greatest, if not the greatest band of all time.
They just have a lot of bangers, right? I mean,
every song is killer.
I would say the first three albums are phenomenal, and I think after that, I would say Standing on the Shoulders of Giants is good too. It's really good, actually. But after that, Dig Out Your Soul and what was Heathen Chemistry, and then...
I would say maybe not the greatest band, but probably my favorite band of all time.
Mine is still Arctic Monkeys, but Oasis is a very close second.
And Oasis is defined by, for me, just the Gallagher brothers.
No, for sure.
Everyone else is interchangeable.
I mean, it's nice to have Bonehead and stuff like that.
Liam,
Andy Bell,
and Noel Gallagher, the Gallagher brothers.
That's the band.
The Smith Boys.
Yeah.
Is the band.
Yes.
There's been a lot of, because everyone knows, everyone has seen a lot of parallels between the Smith Boys and the Gallagher brothers.
I don't know. All these
we are mirror images of each other, other than the fact that we speak English and they speak bad English.
I'm retarded?
Well, they speak.
We speak American English, and they sound like.
Well, they're from Manchester,
yeah.
But they consider that. I've heard Noel say that he considers himself like Irish. So I don't know if they're Irish, but I know Noel's a big football guy. I mean, soccer guy, football guy, and I think they are Manchester City fans, big, and they hate Man U. The big Manchester United. They hate. They have a song called "Fuck Manchester United."
Well, and then one live. There's a album that they did live at Wembley. And Liam gets on the stage and he goes, "Boo the fucking Man United!
Yeah.
Boo the fucking Man United!" And then he has like 100,000 people singing along with him. So
yeah, I think it goes back to I remember when I was probably 13 or 14, like Definitely Maybe came out, and it was like you heard a lot of like Rock and Roll Stars, Supersonic. It was just like, I don't know, it was just cool shit. Like I never heard anything like it. I still really haven't. It's just, and then Noel just continued to like just put out like just bangers and just great melodic songs and just great songwriting for like. And then he, you know, when he went
for 30
solo,
years.
Yeah, when he went solo, dude, like the one album he made, the first album, Chasing Yesterday, was just fantastic, song to song. It's a great album. His second album was good, and then he kind of like, I don't know, it just, they're much better together to me. I mean, like that.
Well, Noel has said he'd much rather work with Liam than be solo.
Yeah,
and you know why that is, right?
Yeah, well,
he's the one that makes this record sound good, isn't he?
Yeah.
Solo stuff.
I don't know. I'd prefer him. I prefer to be involved with him anyway, and the rest of the.
So he loves you, really?
No, he does. No, but I often,
you know why, don't you?
I often think
doesn't fucking make his records good.
That would be our records. Makes good. Are they not my records? Are they?
Are they?
No, they're not.
You're the one who gets paid for all the money. Put it on, don't you?
If I got fucking paid all the money, how come you're the one dressed like a fucking boy band, eh?
Fuck it off.
So we bring this up, and we say all that to say this, is they've been broken up for 16, 17 years. Famously, 2007, 2008, they break up.
I saw him at the Palace.
Before all that.
Yeah, in 2009, that was the tour they broke up.
And they've been at odds for 15, 16 years.
I'd say for
no albums, no tours together, you know, bad blood. Two brothers.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, worldly news breaks.
Yeah, when was
An
this?
Oasis
like a year ago? Was this like a year ago?
I don't know, maybe a full year ago, but I mean, it was
last year.
It was
sometime.
2024 sometime the news broke, and maybe in like September or something like that.
So they've been rehearsing in England somewhere. I know that. I've seen that on X.
Yeah, I don't think Liam has joined them yet in rehearsals.
I think he has.
Me and our kid are sweet, you know what I mean? I just had problems at home, you know, finding an house, had a sore throat, couldn't come to America. That is it. Me and our kid are sweet.
Has he?
Yeah, I think he has, because I heard him say just the other day, is you got to follow it on Twitter, because like that's such like real time shit. He said that they wasted precious years. That's what Liam came out and said. And he's back with our kid now, you know.
Yeah, it's and we mentioned it because they come to North America August 24th in Toronto, and as of now, the plan is the Smith brothers go see the Gallagher brothers.
Fucking boom!
At the what's the stadium in Toronto where
is that the Rogers Center
where the Blue Jays play?
Oh, jeez.
Just like a pimple on the left. Somebody says something and you don't like it. And you don't like it, right? Is that what it is? You little pimp.
I think it's the Rogers Center.
Rogers Center. And it's a 2-night, 24th and 25th event. And I'd say we buy the tickets as soon as possible, and we just drive out there and go, brother.
I had no problem with it.
Because all indications, their managers came out. I mean, take it for what it is with, you know, management of a band and all that. But their manager has said there's no plans for a new album. There's no plans for any new material. This is very much the last go around.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Like a one-year tour where the Oasis brothers are getting back together and doing a tour. And it's the last time you're going to see them, the two brothers as Oasis, perform.
Yeah, they say that. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. But like Bob Seger has said that for 20 years.
Yeah. We'll see. I think a part of this will be how much money they make out of it. You know, if they make a good deal of money, and
I think they're going to do just fine.
Yeah, they'll definitely do just A-okay with it. So this pod is really about Smith Boys going to this concert.
We're trying to get Narita to go too.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be on the podcast.
Rita wants to go.
I'm not gonna be on the podcast.
You got to get a passport, and Rita has been wanting to go to more concerts.
I'm not gonna be on the podcast.
But there's not a lot of people I really want to go see. This is one, because I saw their last concert, and this is going to be the last concert, or last tour anyway. So
I'm not a big concert. I've never been a big concert person. Like I've went to a handful, and I don't think anybody really ever sounds very good on stage
I
compared
used
to
to
the
work
albums.
when I was in high school. I think junior year, I was usher or whatever for the Palace, and that meant you were at the Palace.
You saw Usher?
He's a creepy cuck. What?
No.
Yeah.
When I was at Pine Knob.
You were an usher.
Yeah, Pine Knob.
I did that job too. I was an usher at the
Meadowbrook,
Palace.
and the Palace, obviously, you know. So it's like you got to work all three venues and stuff. And so I worked there some year. Me, Jose, a couple other guys from school, Dan.
Hey, Jose.
Yeah. And so we worked.
Remember what Trump did with him?
Keep saying he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I know Puerto Rican, you little piece
if you're
of shit.
Puerto Rican, B, let me hear you talk Spanish.
Yeah, I'll speak Spanish, you little fucking little cocksucker.
Fuck you, man.
What do you got, you little fucking little cocksucker?
I'm right here in Brooklyn. Let me
Yeah, fuck you, you little piece of shit.
You ain't Spanish, man.
Yeah, I'll speak Spanish.
Hey, Pete, you don't...
You fucking cocksucker.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you piece of shit.
Hey, Pete, yell at him in Spanish. Yell at him.
Yeah, you motherfucker, you motherfucker.
Oh, look. Come here. I'm glad he came up.
He's a good boy. I saw like all kinds of concerts and stuff, and it was just, I don't know, like I agree with brother. Like I much rather enjoy it in the premium sound. It's all about sound to me.
Yeah, because I mean, I did that job as the usher at the Palace too, and I remember the only concert I saw there when I was working there was John Mayer. I saw John Mayer there at the Palace, and then I've seen Muse, I think, 3 times.
I've seen them once.
I saw them at, I think it was the Fox Theater.
That was back in the day when it was worthwhile to see them.
I saw them at the Fox Theater in Detroit. I saw them at the Palace, and I saw them at Clutch Cargo's in Pontiac, front row, like from me to the camera. Like,
I read
this was
about
like their first American tour.
I remember actually what was so weird about that you say that is. I remember when they were coming here, and I remember you went with a buddy or two or whatever, and I was thinking, it's like, yeah, that would have been cool. And then
it was like $20 too.
Yeah, and then NME, you know, the new
British magazine,
yeah, New Musical Express, the British music magazine. They had a journalist there and wrote about that concert
at Clutch Cargo's.
Yeah, at Clutch Cargo's, and I was like, you were there. And I never told you this until right now.
Oh, you know what? You're fired, bud.
I never knew that. Yeah, that was amazing because that was from like me to the phone.
It was just so weird. It's like, and I read this how they just totally killed it, and like they were just fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was best concert I had seen.
And all these Americans had never really heard of them, and like they were like, he would talk to people in the crowd and stuff, and like they loved them, and like how like
I was shouting songs out for them to do off of Origin of Symmetry, and they were there.
Like, who's this guy? Like who knows Origin of Symmetry?
They were there to promote. They were there for like a tour for Absolution because that was the album
but that was
coming
at
out.
The very beginning of
the very beginning of Absolution when Absolution was coming out, and I was shouting for him to do like Origin of Symmetry songs and stuff like that, and stuff off Showbiz, but. Oasis is though one that I would have enjoyed to see at any point throughout my life because I would consider them probably my favorite band of all time. They are one that throughout my entire life, and I've told you this and we've agreed upon it, is there's just phases that you go in. Like you start listening to new stuff, you find some new stuff and you listen to it here or there, on and off. But Oasis is always one that you would come back to. And it would be a phase, but it would last like a month. And you just go back through and just listen, put it on Apple Music or Spotify or whatever, and just listen to like the whole Oasis catalog on shuffle for like an entire month.
Yeah.
And then eventually you get a little burnout on it again, but you always find your way back to it.
Yeah, because like I'll have Apple Music on, and it'll be just kind of like shuffle, right? And like you're just kind of constantly playing songs like
all their B-sides, you know. Like they could make 3 albums of nothing but B-sides that would be better than anything that other mainstream bands would do as full-time albums.
For sure. Like the Master Plan was not even.
It was all B-sides.
It was all B-sides in that.
And every song on it is Acquiesce and the Master Plan are 2 of the best songs they ever made, and they were B-sides.
Yeah, it's
Half the World Away. And
it's a good shot.
It's just such a great band, and Noel Gallagher was, I don't know, probably one of the best musicians in the last 30 years. I would say one of the best songwriters of all time, one of the best songwriters.
Just an ear for music. I mean, just ear for melody, right? Just an ear for like kind of putting things together in a song that makes you just like sing along with it.
And what makes them so good is something we could get in a debate about is if either brother would be as successful solo without the other one, because Liam is arguably one of the greatest frontmen of all time.
I say he's a rock and roll, like traditional rock and roll star.
Yeah, frontman.
Yeah.
Like he's not
Well,
as
he
far as
loved
like
being a rock and roll star.
As far as being like a songwriter and musician, doesn't have much talent. And he has written. Our kid wrote some good bangers.
Yeah,
though.
he's got some.
He wrote some good.
A couple.
He
He's
wrote
got
some
a
good
few.
songs. Songbird was great that he wrote.
Little James
Out of
okay.
Time was great. Little James was okay. Some of his solo stuff, Once. And One of Us that he did solo, are all great tunes.
Mm-hmm.
But instrument-wise, I don't know if he could. I don't know if he could play that tambourine, if he could play that properly.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's wearing it around his head and everything all the time.
Yeah, he's wearing it as a crown.
Yeah. So musically, I don't know how talented he was, but as a front man, it's just get up there. Here's the song I wrote. You sing it, and you are the aura of the band.
Yeah,
he was the man.
Yeah,
he was the man.
Yeah, for sure.
For 30 years, 20 years, 30 years. A true dying breed of a rock and roll star. One of the last ones.
For sure, I would say, yeah. I mean, in that era, you had a few of them. I mean, I go to like Scott Weiland, it's like a true frontman kind of a thing, maybe Lane Staley, but not at that level. I mean, Lane Staley was probably the best singer
those were great. Those were good frontmen of like talented musicians of a band, but like Liam just had he had a world-renowned aura about him that those guys didn't have. I mean, they're dead too, but
yeah, that's true.
But they didn't seem to have that world-renowned aura where it was like Liam Gallagher walked into a room and just the way he walks and what he wears and the way he's Seth Rollins. And when he walks into a room, really, it's the way he walks and his aura of walking into a room is kind of like it's his aura, and it's like would Liam be as successful without Noel? No way, because Noel wrote all the songs. And would Noel be as successful without Liam? I mean, Noel did have, when he did go solo, he had some great songs still, but he didn't have I don't think he would have reached the world-renowned fame that he would have.
If he just would have sang them, I don't know, or somebody else was singing them. I don't think so. I think a part of it was their spats, their interviews and stuff together, and I think a lot of it really helped just push the PR machine.
Yeah, it created as the kids say, an aura and a mystique around the whole band.
Their partying ways and how brash they were, and how they kind of had these little tiffs with Blur, and they were very vocal about other artists and bands. And
very outspoken.
Liked or didn't like.
They were very outspoken. They were always honest
and
truthful. No, they didn't give a fuck about anything or anyone.
No,
they still to this day they will trash you if they don't like your music. Like Noel is not a fan of Taylor Swift.
No,
I mean, could you have a more American sounding name, Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like Arctic Monkeys, I know they don't like that.
They don't?
No, they don't like Arctic Monkeys.
I know Noel said that he thought Arctic Monkeys was one of the actual talented bands.
Oh, they are. I think they agree that they're talented.
Like one of the good musical bands.
I think the last couple albums though has lost a chunk of.
They've lost me with their last couple.
Yeah, the last couple albums have kind of lost a chunk of their audience. I mean, I kind of get it though. I see both sides of it, but
who I'd like to know their thoughts on? The Libertines.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Libertines were Oasis-esque.
Yeah.
With like a splash of the Clash mixed in.
And the Sex Pistols, I would say.
Yeah.
Because to me, like the first two albums of the Libertines, the only
phenomenal.
two are fantastic.
And
they're honestly like one of my.
Then they split.
Yeah. Well, I saw this interview with Pete the other day. It was a YouTube short or something. I guess basically, how plumped up he is.
Yeah. He's off the drugs.
Yeah, and he's like diabetic, and I guess he was like at risk of losing his foot. So Pete Doherty.
He's in baby shambles.
Yeah.
He's in shambles.
Yeah. He was. Is he Irish too? I don't know. I thought
they were all British.
I thought he was Irish,
they were part of that.
We could do a whole pod on the Libertines because we both love the Libertines.
Yeah. Well, the first two albums were phenomenal, and then they split, and that's part of what
drugs killed that.
That's part of what made Oasis so great too, though, was that like when you look at it, like they split up
cool
and
band, man. Just keep it together.
Yeah, Howard Stern. They split up in like 08, 09, and they were formed in like 90, and like definitely maybe came out like 93, 94. So they had like a 15, 16-year run on top, which is kind of unheard of in this day and age of a massive rock band. You know, like the Libertines didn't last that long.
Nobody even heard of the Libertines probably. That
No.
listen to this pod.
But to and you should listen to the Libertines, the first two albums, Up the Bracket and the Libertines. But to have the massive 15, 16 year run that Oasis had, where it was definitely maybe pow, and then it was What's the Story, Morning Glory, pow, and then it was Be Here Now, pow. It was just 3 colossal, massive fucking albums.
Yeah.
Pow, 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 all within like 6 years of each other, 6, 7 years that they all came out. And then Standing on the Shoulders of Giants was like, had a couple really good songs on it, but it was a little...
It's gotten better over time, actually.
I think so, too, yeah.
Actually, the more I listen to it now, it's like, yeah, I like it better now. It's better now than when I first heard it.
And even like Heathen Chemistry, when that came out, it was like the album kind of falls flat, but there's still a couple great, like Stop Crying Your Heart Out is a phenomenal... That's one of Noel's best songs. Yeah. And it was one of the later songs that he wrote.
Yeah.
And then on their last album... I'm Out of Time, which is one that Liam wrote, is a phenomenal fucking song. I think one of their better songs, and that's on their last album, which is kind of fell flat too. But I don't know if would the two brothers be as successful without each other. I don't know. That's like saying, would Jesus Christ be a pervert if he had a Reese cup on his head?
I can't believe
who's to know?
I can't believe you.
Who's to know? Who's to say?
No. Well, who knows? It's like, would Jesus Christ been a fucking pervert if he had a crisp packet on his head? No one knows, did he?
Who knows?
You're unbelievable.
Who you talking about?
Theo Cam.
And I like to be a peeping Tom if I can. I'll watch your whole family eat dinner.
So that's the plan. I mean, end of August. We drive it, 4.5 hour drive. It's a Sunday, Monday concert show. We leave Sunday morning, get there Sunday afternoon, hang out, go to the Toronto Zoo. I don't know. That's pretty big there.
Is it? I didn't know that.
I think the Toronto.
What about the
Toronto's
Space Needle? Oh, is that the?
I don't know.
Is
What
that
is
there?
If you're from
Or is that
Toronto,
Seattle?
if you're from Toronto and you're watching this, one of the 5 people, what the hell is there to do in your city? I don't know. I mean, maybe the Blue Jays will still be playing. We'll go see the Blue Jays play a game.
It has to be like a 1 o'clock game.
I don't know.
If the concert's at the Rogers Center, that's where the Blue Jays play. So it's got to be like they have to have a away series.
Yeah, it'd be Sunday, Monday. So hockey's done. Maple Leafs are done.
Yeah,
which they always are.
Basketball wouldn't be in action either.
What does
It
that
would be at the
matter?
Rogers Center. I don't know. Whatever. Just saying. The other sport. Go see a Toronto Argonauts game.
Oh, the Raptors.
Yeah, the Raptors.
Oh.
Yeah. Hello.
Forgot about that one.
Yeah, they just won the title a few years ago.
Did they?
Yeah, well.
Who's going to remember that?
I don't know.
I didn't remember.
It's the only time, it's Kawhi Leonard. was
Drake.
on that team.
He's from Toronto. Right?
Come on out, you rapist!
Wow.
I've never been to Toronto.
Drake. That worm.
Oh, there's a pizza place there I want to try called, I see the reels on Instagram all the time. Buratino's. We've got to try it, dude. The
Authentic Italian pizza in Toronto,
Yeah,
Canada.
there's only 2 locations. There's one in Toronto and one in LA. So, and that takes like 4 hours to order.
Maybe,
your order will take, you got to order early and pick it up, and it can be 3 or 4 hours.
This will be such a big deal with this because it's their first show in North America and it's going to be in Toronto, Canada. Maybe we'll run into Justin Trudeau. We'll run into Castro's kid.
Oh, God.
And you want to meet Fidel Castro's son?
I'd like to meet Austin Matthews.
Isn't he American, though?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot cheaper to live in America for him since he is American.
Maybe we'll run into Mitch Marner and tell him to come sign with the Red Wings.
Who's that new?
Throw your career away, kid. Go play for Detroit.
Yeah. Who's the new PM up there in Toronto? What's that guy's name?
I don't know. Some asshole.
Graham Allen or something like that?
Who cares?
Yeah.
Some asshole. Canada. The people are nice, but I don't know what you're doing up there.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell you're doing.
You know that country,
You ain't going to win a Stanley Cup this year either because the Panthers are going to...
I don't know, dude. We got a series now. We should do a pod on that.
Yeah, we could do one on that. And I wouldn't hate if Edmonton won. I'd like to see McDavid win a Stanley Cup.
I just love the way Florida plays. I'm just rooting for Florida. All right, so Back to Oasis. See, that's the thing with the Smith Boys. I mean, you're going to go round and round. You never know where you're
Yeah,
going to
go. Yeah, you watch Smith Boys podcast. You strap in
kinda
for
know.
12 rounds.
Yeah, 12 rounds.
You're gonna run in with. You're gonna go 12 rounds with Ali here. Ali Frazier.
Yeah, be prepared. It's going to be a lot of rope.
I think we summed it up pretty good, though. I mean,
how much can you go into?
I would leave. Yeah, I mean, how much can you go into us talking about going to a concert? I mean, I could tell you.
We might.
I could tell you what you know. I gave you some good info. Go back, listen to the Libertines. They got an album. Their first album's called Up the Bracket, and their next album is just self-titled called The Libertines. I like the Libertines better. I think the Libertines' second album is better because "Can't Stand Me Now" is one of my favorite songs of all time.
I like Up the Bracket better.
Up the Bracket is great.
Okay, favorite Oasis album. For me, it's easy.
You're definitely maybe guy.
Yeah, it's got Slide Away. It's got Live Forever.
I'm gonna go. What's the Story? Morning Glory. That way they each get. That way they each get love. And my favorite song is Some Might Say. Is my favorite Oasis song, and that's on that album. And it's also got
Hello, Hey Now.
Hello, Hey Now. It's got Champagne Supernova. I mean, probably PR wise, that's probably their biggest album because it's got Wonderwall.
I love What's the Story. I love What's the Story. The last one. It's great.
Yeah, that album is fantastic. Standing on the Shoulders of Giants is become
It's
better
growing
over time,
on me
but
more,
definitely
yeah.
maybe is the second best. And that's your number one song, Slide Away.
Yeah, for sure. Favorite song, yeah.
Comment down below if you're watching, if you're an Oasis song, favorite Oasis song, favorite album. We could go into like a set list, what we hope they play, what we think they're going to play. We'll have a better idea once they finish their European tour. We'll have a better idea what they're going to play.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be all the major ones. I mean, Live Forever, Don't Look Back in Anger, Wonderwall. It's going to be, Slide Away, Supersonic, Cigarettes and Alcohol. I mean, it's going to be all that shit.
Yeah. They couldn't play a bad one. Their whole catalog is good.
I mean, they'll play some of the newer stuff, I'm sure, too. Shock of the Lightning might make it.
Importance of Being Idle.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Lila.
They might mix it up and stuff, too. Like, you could see Noel coming out and just playing some acoustic guitar or something for, 3 or 4 songs.
You think he'll play any just Flying Bird stuff? You think Liam will do any solo
no,
stuff?
I think they'll do all Oasis stuff. I mean, they don't need to do any of that. Their catalog is so deep, it's so thick. It's like all you need to do is just stick to any album. Pick a couple songs from every album, and you got like 20 songs, and that's like 2 hours. Like that's a concert. You know what I mean? Pick 2 or 3 songs from every album. Maybe 2 or 3 from the earlier ones, and maybe
if they're doing 2 nights
2.
in Toronto, I mean, it's like, and each night's in like 2 hours.
I would imagine they're different
2 hours.
sets, right? I would hope.
I would hope it's different sets. If it's not,
it might not be. I would imagine there's probably a lot of overlap with that though, because it's like some people ain't going to both concerts. So
yeah, some people are thinking I can only make it to one.
Yeah,
and they're going to go to one. And,
right.
But there might be, they might be like maybe one song here or there where they play one night but not the other.
I could see that.
Well, good thing we're going to both.
Yeah. Yeah, I
got to drive all the way to Canada when tickets start at like $130, which is like nothing compared to you see them in Chicago. It's like $480.
Yeah.
So I could see 2 nights in Toronto for the same price as one night, or cheaper than one night in Chicago, and I ain't got to go to Chicago.
Yeah,
and get shot.
Well, part of it is we've been to Chicago. We hate Chicago. We never want to go back.
It's a city that blows.
Yeah. I think Toronto is cool. Never been there.
Never been there neither.
Toronto Zoo, I hear, is good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too.
I want to go up in the Space Needle or whatever that is, and have pizza at Buratino's.
I'm down. All right, well, we'll do keep up more updates as we get closer. Maybe we'll document quite a bit of the concert.
That's what I was going to say. It's like, yeah, if we could maybe film different parts of it, some of our adventure.
Oh, Narita going too is going to be.
Oh God,
that's going to be a riot.
Yeah, that's just going to be.
Just put the camera on her.
Mm-hmm. The kid's a star.
Yep. Until the next one, me and our kid, Smith Boys.
See ya.
Out.